forecast. Here's KATC Chief Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, we're planted in the dog days of summer. It's going to stay that way in the days ahead. Few more afternoon storms, we think, this time for tomorrow, certainly as we head into Thursday, Friday as well. Maybe the weekend, at least Saturday. Today we kind of busted on the rain chances, but they'll be back and helping to cool some of us off, but not all of us. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. So let's take a look at the big picture across our part of the world, and high pressure still the dominant feature. In fact, it was a little bit stronger today. We thought this trough off to the north was going to carve out a little bit more of a weakness. It's going to try to do that tomorrow and kind of squelch this high pressure system. That's why we think we're going to see more afternoon storms developing. Meanwhile, today, boy, it was hot. Temperatures getting into the mid-90s, heat indices up to 105 to 107, even a little bit hotter than that in spots, and not much shower activity this afternoon. We just see one or two pop-ups here and there. One just southeast of the Lions Point area, a couple of other small showers in Acadia Parish. Best looking shower, and it's dying down right now between Henderson and the Butte-LaRose area. Maybe a few sprinkles right along on I-10 as you cross over by the Whiskey Bay area eventually, right now by the Chafalaya Butte-LaRose, and moving off to the east-northeast. So as we look at the big picture, you see those storms erupting off to the north, also to the east of us. Some of those storms will try to build back to the west in the days ahead as well. So more promising for afternoon storms. But as we go through the tropics, nice and quiet and strong winds across, especially down toward the Caribbean. The Gulf is quiet, but we do have a couple of disturbances out in the Atlantic. One wave coming off the African coastline, but it's pretty far south. Another wave that came out of the same spot, but not looking as good late this afternoon. That's what happens. Hurricane Center upgrades the system, then it kind of falls apart. But we do have an area of low pressure right here. This is the 11th tropical depression of the season and could become a tropical storm. Right now at 35-mile-an-hour winds, could become a tropical storm by Thursday. If so, the name would be a much more pronounceable, Josephine. And we do think this system is going to have a rough time of it as it gets closer to the northeastern Caribbean, with southwesterly shear and an upper level pattern aloft along the east coast that'll probably make this turn. So no threat to the Gulf of Mexico, but we pay attention to each and every one of these disturbances and waves, even if they're just a wave approaching the Gulf. You got to be careful with them, but right now we don't see that happening. So quiet overnight tonight. Then for tomorrow, a mixture of clouds and sun with a better scattering of afternoon showers and storms. Activity winding down by this time tomorrow evening, and then we do it all over again going into Thursday. Mostly sunny start with scattered thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures still hot though, mid-70s tonight. Maybe you catch a few meteors tonight, but the best time to go between 1 and 2 in the morning for tonight. Tomorrow night, 1 and 3 in the morning. I just published an article on KTC.com, so check it out. The moon's brightness will impair some of the viewing tonight after 2 a.m., so maybe a few shooting stars out there. We'll see, and then get away from the city lights. Let your eyes adjust for a good 15 minutes and just look up. No particular direction on this meteor shower. And again, the meteors are real small, maybe anywhere between the size of a pea to a marble. Sometimes we see some bolide meteors as well. And if you don't see any meteors, we have some nice planets out there. And again, check out that article I just posted. We'll talk more about this tonight at 10. 94 the high for tomorrow. Rain chance at about 30%. And again, very light winds out there. So add heat and humidity, pretty rough. And we stay in the low to mid 90s with the prospects of afternoon showers and storms through Saturday. And the European model especially actually toning down the rain chances and bringing up the temperatures. We might even see some upper 90s going into next week. So we haven't had much of any kind of big heat wave so far this summer. Going back to about June, we had a couple of stretch of hot days, maybe another one coming up in the days ahead. Jim.
All right, thanks, Rob.